Hello there. And welcome to my channel where I read unhinged stories from all over the web, but honestly, more often than not from Reddit. So let's jump right into it. Ew. Strap in, this is a long one. My soon-to-be former mother-in-law is why I'm divorcing my husband. Throw away since husband uses Reddit. I'm planning to divorce my husband. I'm not here to have people try and change my mind. I will follow through no matter what everyone says. I, 23 female, and my husband, 27 male, have been together just shy of 4 years and married for nearly 2. And I'm done. I have done everything. I agreed to slowly down college classes so that I could stay home more while he worked and had to take even less once I got pregnant with my 1-year-old. I'm a stay-at-home mom and he's the breadwinner. I do all the cooking, cleaning, childrearing while taking my classes, all of which are online so I can watch my daughter. I agreed to this because I thought on his days off he'd help me, he'd take care of my daughter and let me rest or go out with friends, and that hasn't happened at all. He comes home and goes to his man cave to game for hours at a time. When I do see him, he always complains about something or other, usually chores I missed or to tell me dinner's taking too long. And my mother-in-law, who I've tried to get along with for the sake of my husband and daughter, is simply a bitch. She's a self-proclaimed boy mom, and told me when she met me that I'd never be good enough for her son. She raised him to be lazy, he doesn't know how to cook the most basic of meals, clean, and God forbid I ask him to watch my daughter. He hates babysitting. Weaponized incompetence is a behavior I've become familiar with, to say the least. Whenever we have a fight, he runs to mommy and she'll call me to scream at me and tell me I ruined his life. His dad is no better. He gave my husband a cushy job in his company he doesn't deserve that definitely pays him too much, since I know he probably just bums around the office all day yelling at people. I have a bag packed, money saved, and will be going to my brothers, and my sister-in-law, who's a lawyer, has agreed to help me divorce the useless pile of shit that I married. I'm ashamed to admit when I called him and sister-in-law about them helping me, they told me they'd been waiting for me to open my eyes and realize I needed to leave. I wish that I could stay and raise my daughter with my soon-to-be ex, but I've finally realized he'll never change or grow, and that my mother-in-law is enabling his behavior and will never accept me as her daughter-in-law. In the comments, why do you keep saying my daughter and not our? Up. Because he doesn't contribute to raising her at all. She's my daughter and nothing but a nuance to him that he has to deal with making noise while he games. About letting mother-in-law babysit. She never babysits or visits. We live too far, 30 minutes away by car. I'll be miserable staying with my husband. Without him I have my brother, sister-in-law, parents and extended family to help me, and I can go back to college full-time and get my degree. I would leave him without a support system or penny to my name, because no matter what happens my life will be significantly better without him in it. Comment says doing everything at home without help was equal to the husband working all day. Up. I don't think they're that equal, considering he can come home from his work. I can't stop being a parent or take a day off when he won't help me with anything around the house. He was so sweet at first. I ignored things like how rude my mother-in-law was the first time we met. He made excuses for her, saying she was always like that and not to take it to heart. She'd change once she warmed up to me. He told me he wanted to start a family and that he couldn't see marrying anyone else. I feel so stupid. I fell for all of that. Now I know it was all lies. He lived with his parents still and his mom did everything for him. I stupidly thought he'd change and become responsible after we got married and moved into our house. I figured it'd take time for him to learn how to cook and clean. He never tried, but I thought eventually he would if I was patient. It took 4 years to realize that wouldn't change, but better 4 than 40. Oh, hang on guys, there is an update. Hello everyone, I thought you all would appreciate an update. Since my post I've realized that while my mother-in-law is a massive problem, she is far from the root cause. My husband himself being lazy and refusing to help me with anything is the issue. He has never supported me and I should have realized far sooner I was being taken advantage of. I didn't, but at least I've only wasted 4 years of my life instead of 40 trying to make something work that never will. I hope my mother-in-law will like having her son all to herself again. She can do all his laundry and clean for him. As of Christmas, me and my daughter are staying with my brother and sister-in-law. On Christmas my mother-in-law was supposed to come over so that we could spend time as a family. Since making my first post I began to take all my necessities, hide them away, and then have my brother take them in his truck to his house so that I could leave quickly and efficiently. I knew I couldn't take another Christmas with my husband and mother-in-law. All mother-in-law does is criticize my cooking and parenting, while my soon-to-be ex-husband and my father-in-law do nothing. So I left to make a last-minute run to the grocery store with my daughter. Really, I'd gone to get our coats, left the divorce papers on his desk in his gaming room and left in my brother's car who'd come to pick me up. I turned off my phone and we had a laid-back night eating Chinese food and watching Christmas movies. Sister-in-law is helping me with the divorce and custody negotiations, both of which she's optimistic that I'll get the majority of my demands. Since leaving mother-in-law, ex-husband and father-in-law have all called me to scream at me and I've recorded everything and I will be using every text, phone call and voicemail to ensure I get full custody. Thank you to everyone who wished us well. I hope you all had a happy new year. Yikes. Well, this may be an unpopular opinion, but hear me out. I do understand that when you come home from work the last thing you want to do is more work. I get that the wife feels like she needs a break, but he does too. So, I do think he has a valid point. But, the thing is, that I would think the husband would want to spend some quality time with his child. Apparently, he doesn't. And, if they were going to try and work on this, they would have to come to a harmonious resolution. Maybe he spends time with his daughter, then, they have someone babysit for a couple of hours so they can relax and also have quality time together as a couple. Or maybe, have a babysitter come by twice a week during the days to give mom a break. It doesn't matter because she has made her decision, and he seems like a man-child in other ways too. But, I wanted to share my 2 cents. And, in the interest of full disclosure, I am a woman and do not have children. So, what do you guys think about this one? Do you think he has a point? Up next, this one is from the relationship subreddit. My boyfriend doesn't think we are equals. I, 34 female, broke up with my boyfriend, 27 male, of 2.5 years because he does not believe in marriage and does not believe we could ever be equals. We were arguing, which we rarely do, and I brought up the fact that after 2.5 years he has never spoken about an engagement or marriage with me. He worships me and constantly praises me and tells me I'm the best, so I thought it would be no doubt we would eventually take that step forward. It was shocking news to me when he told me he never wants to get married. He said marriage only benefits women because they get to take the house and the car in the divorce. He also isn't ready to move in together because he is not financially stable enough to fully provide for me. I told him we make the same amount of money and we could afford it with the 2 incomes. He insisted he has to be mainly responsible for the bills because he has to be head of the household and we cannot be equals because men and women will never be equals. I told him the no marriage thing was a deal breaker and I also can't imagine my life where my partner does not see me as an equal to them. Well, that is the end of the story and I couldn't find any updates. This makes me sad. But also, I find it odd that she hadn't seen any signs of this before. Of course they didn't live together, but still, I think there were probably signs about his beliefs before then. But, for the record, I do agree that men and women are not equals. Just biology tells you that. But that doesn't mean we should not be treated as equals and afforded the same opportunities and choices than men. I also wish Op had said more because she seems to indicate her boyfriend was kind to her, in general. But yeah, those types of beliefs are hard to overlook. So what do you guys think? Did she do the right thing? Would you have done something differently? I'm going to end it here today because that first one was a long one. Don't forget to come back for more crazy stories. And feel free to submit your own stories or suggest other subreddits where I can find even more unhinged content. And, remember to subscribe, like, comment and share if you are enjoying these stories. Catch you next time.